Apple Watch band lovers? I am back, giving you guys back-to-back content on Apple Watch band videos. My previous video was comparing and contrasting the new summer bands to other seasons, so if you haven't checked that video out yet, click the card at the top right. But today, I have a huge treat for you guys. Today, we're going to take a look at a style of Apple Watch bands that Apple currently no longer sells. I'm talking about the woven nylon bands. Sad facts, I know, but you can still find leftover stock of these bad boys all around, including Best Buy, Walmart, and also Target. You just have to look for them. They are also obviously on eBay, but man, those eBay scalpers are relentless, so expect a heavy markup on eBay. But guys, this style of official Apple Watch bands, in my opinion, is severely underrated and are quickly becoming one of my all-time favorite styles, especially in the summer heat. More on that later. So without further ado, let's take a close look at this now discontinued line of official Apple Watch bands. Let's go! So as you guys can see, I have a good handful of woven nylon bands. I only wish I got more of them when they were available, because the thing about the woven nylon bands is that they had a color and style for just about everyone. Apple experimented with stripes, dual tone bands, and other kinds of prints and patterns. In their own words, Apple describes the woven nylon bands as being made from over 500 threads woven together in a unique pattern. Monofilaments connect 4 layers of the weave to create a single durable band. And durable they are. Let me tell you that these bands have stood the test of time, and even submerging these underwater time and time again, and the colors are still as bright as ever. There's no denying Apple's official watch bands are expensive, but they are super durable from my experiences. Now, if we look closely at the woven nylon bands using my macro lens, you can actually see how it is composed. You can really begin to see the individual threads in there, and at times, the colors seem to have a nice luster to them. It really is nice to mix it up here and there with something that is more elegant than the Floor-Lastim or sport bands, but not super fancy like some of the leather or metal bands. Each band also has something called the keeper. It's those things that hold the watch strap in place. Yeah, I didn't even know those things had a name, but each woven nylon band has one, and you can adjust it up or down just depending on how much of the excess strap you want hanging out. When these bands were available, they retailed for $49 a band. True story, my second Apple Watch band ever, or actually I guess you can call it the first additional band I bought outside of the one that comes with the watch, was this black woven nylon band right here. It's quite interesting because this line or style didn't debut with the original Apple Watch. As a matter of fact, these bands released in 2016 and were sold separately, or you can already have them pre-configured with your watch. So I remember seeing this style of band being released, and that's when I instantly was fascinated about Apple Watch bands, and in general how you can just customize your Apple Watch to your liking with these different colors and styles. And from that one purchase of the black woven nylon band, my lust and desire for Apple Watch band collecting began. So shout out woven nylon bands. But there was this one season, I really can't remember what season it was, but Apple released a few new woven nylon colors, and to be honest, they were kind of trash. If I recall correctly, Justine made an unboxing video of these colors, and yeah, I remember, they were pretty trash and looked way too similar to one another. Actually, I think the undersides of the bands were literally just swapped. It was weird. I think she ended up returning them. I'll attach Justine's video on a card at the top right. Check it out when you have a chance. I was disappointed in the woven nylon band because of those colors before I even got into band collecting. But Apple redeemed themselves because after more seasons, their woven nylon band started to get some really interesting and fresh new color combinations. But as much as I adore the style of band, I wasn't always the biggest fan. Actually, initially, I didn't like the woven nylon bands, and here's why. I guess I could start with some complaints about the band, but trust me, I will be nitpicking. I'm just letting you know, because with this band, the good definitely outweighs the bad. For starters, it's really hard to put this band on for the first time by yourself. You know when you first get your first ever Apple Watch, and let's assume it comes with a sport band, okay? At first, it's really tricky to put on one-handed. I'm not gonna lie. I always asked the person next to me for help, but after a while, you get the hang of it. This band magnifies the difficulty of putting it on tenfold, initially of course. So be careful because I dropped my watch several times while attempting to put it on, but luckily every time it fell on carpet. But like I said, I am nitpicking because realistically, after about the 5th or 6th time, you should get the hang of it. My other initial complaint that ironically ended up being a good thing was that once I unboxed it, the woven nylon felt so thin and so cheap, and I felt like I just got finessed. But then I realized, oh, it's Apple, so I didn't feel like I was bamboozled all that bad because I'm kind of used to it with them. But yeah, I mean, let's be real, I think we can all agree $50 for the entry level bands is nowhere near being cheap. So when I unboxed this tiny sliver of cloth, I was like, what the crap, Apple, that's it? Come on now. But that quickly changed as the lightweight and breathable band ended up becoming one of my go-to bands. See, the thing I love about this style of bands is its versatility with the drip, formerly known as swag. It's just so casual that you can even pull it off for formal events or rock it at the gym, and I think that's where the band truly excels. Because in my opinion, most of the other bands serve a pretty specific purpose in terms of style. You got the sport bands for a more active lifestyle. The Nike sport bands are definitely for the gym and sports. The leather bands, I personally would never wear to the gym for obvious reasons. We're talking about oils plus sweat plus leather. Yeah, definitely not the move. And also you have the metal bands like the Milanese loop and link bracelet, which serve a really sophisticated purpose. There's also the leather loop, but again, that one is more for a bougie kind of vibe when you're kind of sort of trying to flex or impress a date. But these woven nylons, they're so ridiculously light that they're perfect for the gym. It's also perfect for a quick coffee run with a friend. Or honestly, depending on the color of your outfit, it could even pass the vibe check for formal attire as well. That's really what draws me to this band time and time again. Its versatility is unmatched. I guess that now leads me to all good things I like about the woven nylon bands. I love how energetic and eye-catching some of these can be, like this orange one with this awesome interweaving blues mixed in, or they can be as neutral as your typical blacks, grays, and whites with some toned down neutral stripes running down them. Another positive in my opinion is that these bands have color matching plastic inserting lugs. This is huge because now these are able to match much better with more casing materials and colors as opposed to having metal lugs. Me personally, I think any of the bands with metal inserts, the main culprits being the classic buckle, modern buckle, Milanese, and link bracelet, look terrible with any casing material that is not the stainless steel Apple watches. Even the silver aluminum looks tacky contrasting against the stainless steel material, but that's just me. I know some band lovers don't mind all that much, but I do, and that's why I think the plastic lugs make these match much better. That's despite each band having a stainless steel buckle, similar to the buckle the OG classic buckle leather bands had when those were released. If you remember the OG classic buckle leather bands, drop a comment so I know where the hardcore band collectors are at. What's cool as well, kind of like how some of the darker sport bands have a black pin, some of the black woven nylon bands also had a black stainless steel buckle instead of a silver one, which definitely helped with matching the fits better. This review wouldn't be proper without going over how the band fits, and overall I'm really happy with how it fits. I normally rock the stainless steel watches, which are heavier than the aluminum sport watches, but even then it feels like nothing is on my wrist with a woven nylon band attached. Actually, the woven nylon bands are lighter than the denser rubber feeling of the sport band line. The woven nylon bands have 12 holes, and this creates a good range of fits to accommodate a wide range of wrist sizes. It isn't infinitely adjustable and doesn't quite fit as snug as the sport bands do. It actually kind of hovers over your wrist a little, as can be seen here, which helps with your wrist breathing a lot better and absorbing some of that sweat in the summertime. Whereas the sport bands are designed to have that sweat or liquid slide right off the band, the woven nylon bands absorb liquids kind of similar to the sport loop line, so washing these occasionally wouldn't be a bad idea. I just find this line so fascinating, and I always go crazy with the woven nylon combinations. You'd be surprised at how well a lot of these bands match up with some of these watch faces. It's just amazing. Sometimes I catch myself staring closely at the weaving and just how sturdy and well made the actual band feels with that tightly interlocking woven nylon material. When feeling the band, it's like mixing a rope with cloth. It's really soft to the touch, really smooth, and makes for an excellent material that's durable and strong. Sadly, as mentioned, Apple no longer sells this style of bands directly from them, but I really hope they revive this line. There was a time the modern buckle band became unavailable, but then Apple brought it back. So I have my fingers crossed, as some of the older woven nylon band designs are to die for. Apple even had woven nylon bands representing different countries' flags for the 2016 Olympics, and I think that was the coolest thing ever. Sadly, those country flag bands are extremely hard to find, and unfortunately for me, those were released way before I got into being a huge bandaholic. So to conclude, these bands give you a more casual, more sophisticated look as compared to the rubbery sport look of the sport bands. They are extremely lightweight and breathable and can really make your entire outfit just pop. I have a few Nike shoes with bright orange streaks, and this orange woven nylon band always, and I mean always, gets compliments. Just be careful. With these essentially being pretty close to the material some of your clothes might be made of, that means washing these bands on the regular is a must. Stains will inevitably get trapped in there, and it isn't unless you wash them well with some soap and lukewarm water that those stains will come off. I can also imagine these might become a little stinky after a while if you're like me and sweat a lot during the summer or during workouts. So don't be that guy who has that filthy and stinky Apple Watch band. Wash your woven nylon bands, people, come on. The woven nylon band had some really fascinating bright colors, but also had some for more formal occasions, with toned down blues and blacks that went well with formal attire. And even though this line is discontinued until the foreseeable future, woven nylons also hosted a few special edition colors, like the 2017 and 2018 Pride bands, the employee only close your ring bands, Chinese New Year, and the Olympic bands I mentioned earlier. But guys, that's been it for me. If you want to watch a full review and closer look at the classic buckle line that as of now is also unavailable through Apple, drop a comment letting me know. Also drop a comment letting me know how many woven nylon bands you have, if you have any at all, and feel free to tweet me out all your woven nylon collection pictures at JuanManuel_Cova on Twitter. Twitter is one of my favorite social medias to interact with tech and Apple Watch band lovers, so definitely head over there and click the card at the top right to see my playlist on just about every official Apple Watch band Apple has to offer. Until next time, guys, peace out.